let's do this test where just walk next to me.
Okay.
Let's go.
I'm gonna walk next to you. I'm gonna have a selfie cam. Hi, Keith. We're friends.
All right, Dad. What are we doing tonight?
We are doing our fun new show, Sunday Night Prowl.
Yeah. And what were we prowling?
Yeah, well, it was supposed to be Sunday Night Drive, but neither of us can drive, which is a flaw in the plan. But we can prowl with the best of them. I can barely see this boy. It's dark as all fuckwads. This is going to be everybody's favorite audio podcast.
So, Dad.
Yeah.
Tell me about this Sunday Night Prowl show.
We go on a prowl, and we have a different topic in mind to discuss while we prowl, and then we discuss it while we prowl.
And how's that going thus far?
Well, see, I was kind of waiting until we were in beautiful lighting like this to really get into it.
Okay.
The topic of this prowl is mishaps, which will be aplenty as we film our first video. So clearly mishaps with the lighting, because for some reason iPhones aren't meant to be filming things at night. Who knows why? It must be a conspiracy of the Apple Corporation.
Now, if we so decided, we could like take the rational test drive or something like
It's the science of mishap. All right, so what story should I tell you? There's the story in which one day I was a young lad, not quite as young as I wish I was for this story, but I was playing mini golf, right? And I was bouncing the balls, because that's what you do while you wait for the next people to come, to leave, right? Because they're ahead of me, and I can't play my mini golf game because mini golf's great.
Do golf balls bounce?
Oh yeah, really well. They bounce really good. So that was the problem. They bounced too well. So I was bouncing the ball like any young lad would do.
Any normal 17-year-old?
No, I was like 14.
Okay.
And I was bouncing the ball, and then it bounced too much. It hit off something, ricocheted, and it started rolling down the hill. And I was like, oh my God, my ball, I need that for mini golf, right? So I go running after the ball, and thankfully, there's a pond here, right? But there's a bunch of rocks around the edge of the pond. And so it catches in the pond, in the rock. And I'm like, good, it didn't go in the pond. So I get the ball, but the rocks are slippery, you see? And so then on that very occasion, I slipped into the pond, or what would you call it, a pond? It's pond, the correct terminology. A water feature of this mini golf place in Maine. And it might have been New Hampshire, or Maine, one of those places. My family goes, May Hampshire. And so I fell in the lake, or the pond, or the water feature, and it was dyed blue, and I was blue, and in my clothing, and that was the rest of the day.
Speaking of dyed blue.
Yep.
Do you remember that movie Big Fat Liar?
I do remember that movie, Big Fat Liar.
I was at a Goodwill in Cambridge.
Were you
last
hunting?
Week. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I saw the VHS, the Big Fat Liar, there on the shelf, and I was like, you know what?
Of course you were.
That was like my favorite movie for like a year. Which I'm a little ashamed to say.
Yeah.
Because it's not a good movie.
It's a great movie is what it is.
It is. It's in some ways a great movie.
It's good at what it tries, right? It's like Agent Cody Banks.
It is.
But it's better than Agent Cody
Frankie
Banks.
Muniz?
I believe so.
Well, let's go to the next location.
All right. Mishap number 2.
Some blood around the clean it up, it's okay. Go get help, it's okay. I'm too young.
You know, they might say walking backwards is dangerous, but when you can see behind you, is it dangerous? That's what I wonder.
Driveway, speeding up the highway.
So speaking of mishaps,
Yes.
and I don't remember exactly why, and I don't know if this exactly falls under the category of mishap, but making this corner that we just did and coming into this parking lot instantly reminded me of a time where I don't remember exactly why, but you had a backpack full of empty bottles and then you threw it in a dumpster.
Oh, I remember why, because we were underage drinking. And I didn't want to throw them out in my own.
But you had like your high school
This is
backpack.
a pretty cool shot of you. Shout out to the audience. Like, that's pretty cool.
You had here, let me get my shot of your shot. No.
Oh, the shot of my shot?
Never mind.
No, let's do it. Mishaps.
All right. So yeah, you had your high school backpack, and it wasn't in bad shape or anything, but
No.
you had just gotten a new backpack.
Yeah.
And so you took all the empty alcohol bottles that you had in your house, like in your basement hidden.
Yeah.
You filled up your entire backpack with them, brought them here, and threw the entire thing in the dumpster. And I was like, man, I understand you're like a
Wait,
little worried.
It was a brand new backpack?
No. It was, you had got
Yeah.
a brand new
Oh,
backpack,
yeah.
but the other one, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I understand you're a little worried, but
Yeah.
this is some really weird precautions where you're gonna walk a couple blocks and dump an entire backpack in a dumpster.
It was a fun time, okay? Also, I love how like all these are gonna be about me. I should just light things up.
Well, don't shoot it at the lens, though.
Alright, fine. I'll shoot it at my face. Ooh, I can't see anything now.
And this faith that we're fake is a choice. So leave me alone.
Hella dope moon. What the hella dope mooniness.
This is like the Fine Streetlights podcast.
Yes. These are some fine street lights.
It's not a very exciting mishap, but the other week we had an office party
Yeah.
and we ordered sushi.
I don't wanna go, I don't wanna be
I'm waiting outside the door. 15 minutes.
tired.
For about 15 minutes. And
I don't wanna go, I don't wanna be there.
and see me and open the door.
It's less time.
Finally, a woman had to come by and open the door. I did get the sushi, and I did not leave sushi in the office for 3 days.
You're
on
a
the
good
ground.
boy.
But
Very nice. You're the anti-mishap. You defeated the mishap. Keeps changing the battery.
just the wrong time for the battery to die.
Yeah.
Because at the same time that you were telling the story, and then the woman went by and was like, she thought that we had a gun, but it's a tripod.
Tripods, guns, what's the difference really? It's not as bad as the mishap I had when I was filming a breaking and entering scene for a film, and then the cops came because they thought we were breaking and entering.
Oh, I just thought of the best mishap.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna just say the title of this story.
Oh boy.
And then I want to get your reaction before I almost hit the tree before I tell it.
All right.
Krista's hot tub.
Oh boy, that was quite the mishap. I will never forget that mishap, except that I didn't think of it just now, but I remember it. I'll never forget it.
So, once upon a time, there was a hot tub,
Named Krista's hot tub.
and usually the thing that goes inside of a hot tub, water, when you're having company over, is something like, you know, pool grade chlorine, and that's for sanitation. What did her father use?
I have-
Bleach, like actual bleach.
I don't.
It was
think
something-
something that ruined my life.
First of all, it was freezing. We had no business going in the hot
Yeah,
tub.
it
It wasn't even hot.
It was a poor life.
It was a
choice.
lukewarm tub outside. Nobody really wanted to stay in there because we were cold and wet.
Yep.
One thing that, as one by one we got out, we instantly noticed is there was some irritation on some skin zones, particularly in the nether regions.
Oh boy.
And it got real itchy, and it got real itchy real quick.
Yes.
And-
yes, it did.
It was pretty bad.
My main memory is like Caitlin jumping up and down, me spinning in a circle, and you just going ah.
I
Yeah.
ended up going to Caitlin's house
Yeah.
and showering.
Yeah. It was it was excruciating.
Yeah.
Like I felt like I had chickenpox or something.
Yeah.
And I remember I had an interview the next morning, and I was like, if I'm still like this when I have an interview, life, man.
Yeah, basically chemical
This
burns.
beautiful,
Yeah.
this beautiful building.
It's okay. go get help, it's okay. I'm too young and now it's gone numb around me. Ambulance and driveway, speeding up the highway. Suits were made for men, not for boys.
We had some mishaps, you had some mishaps, life has some mishaps. And one of our biggest mishaps is that we didn't plan for this, so we didn't have that many mishaps to tell you. We hope you enjoyed this visual masterpiece or mixture of pride and of prejudice. And my nose is dripping, and I'm sure that's delightful. And please subscribe to our channel, DoingOK. And
Which doesn't exist yet.
we'll have an end slate after this when we actually know what we're doing. So goodbye. Good.
Just went so right.
It just went so right.
Walking with Keith, and he walks faster. I'm gonna have to jog. I'm jogging.
Okay, now come this way.
Oh, and I'm coming that way. I'm catching up to Keith.